I'm proud to introduce our school and my colleagues as we present to you today a very important 2020-21 initiative of our comprehensive state flagship music school. And we're so delighted to share the conception, the content, and realized examples of what we consider to be a seminal aspect of our School of Music, its mission and its vision, the Bridging Our Distances initiative.
Bridging Our Distances is the UofSC School of Music's response to social justice and public health crises we have all been facing together in separation as a society this past year. The design of this broad initiative was for us to reinvigorate our purpose as an institution made up of artist citizens within and beyond the concert hall, seeking meaningful ways of connecting with each other and with our surrounding campus and civic communities through the act of sharing music in this difficult time of isolation and disengagement. A summer task force made up of students, faculty, and staff identified 4 bridges, or 4 distinct areas, as Taylor was mentioning before. And we agreed that all of these needed the immediate attention and energy during this challenging time.
Traditionally, most music events are held indoors. The audience comes to us in a space, something like this, a recital hall, a concert hall. Obviously, that's not an option right now, not in this time that we're in, not in this new normal. So we were faced with, okay, how do we do this safely so that the impact is still felt, but without jeopardizing the very people and the very professions that we're trying to elevate and trying to celebrate? And eventually, this video shows what we came up with.
As COVID-19 forced communities to shut down, some neighbors suddenly found themselves on the front lines of a public health disaster. Whether out of necessity or a sense of duty, these essential workers kept showing up, despite often little recognition and great personal peril. To recognize these champions and their industries, the University of South Carolina School of Music is spearheading Celebrating Local Heroes with the concert truck. Our hope is to pay tribute while providing a better understanding of their circumstances, sacrifice, and courage. This project involves 10 heroes, 10 musical ensembles, 10 composers, and a concert truck. We begin with hero interviews, seeking to learn about their work and life, challenges faced, moments of triumph, and thoughts on the future. Ultimately, each of these will be boiled down to a 2 to 3 minute vignette video to be scored by our composers and recorded by the assigned ensemble. We'll also schedule 10 outdoor concerts, each at locations meaningful to one of the heroes, featuring 3 musical acts, speakers, and a premiere showing of the vignette video. The culminating event weaves together all 10 heroes, our university president, and more, emphasizing that we are all in this together. Performances take place aboard the concert truck, a mobile venue that fosters a more inclusive, empathetic world by redefining the modern concert hall. The concert truck is an entrepreneurial initiative dreamed up by 2 UofSC alum when they were still students. Our hope is that the concert truck community heroes helps us better empathize with neighbors while leveraging the power of music to celebrate our community.
So once the idea of the concert truck was floated, that was it, and that became the medium, or the vehicle, if you'll pardon the pun, for bringing the concert to these people. Instead of bringing them to the concert, we'd take the music to them. And as we've seen, and as Claire talked about a little bit earlier, the concert truck is just that. It's a box truck that opens up and a stage slides out with a piano and space for more ensembles. The idea came while 2 School of Music alumni, Susan Zhang and Nick Luby, were still in school here, and it's really a beautifully simple way to reimagine the concert hall. Just put it on wheels. Because our concerts could now be mobile, as I said, we could tailor them to each profession and each individual and bring the concert to them in their environment. We went through a rigorous selection process involving all levels of the School of Music, from the students to the administrative leadership. And the 10 we came up with are nursing, emergency room doctors, emergency medical technicians, or EMTs, teachers and educators, custodial and service employees, delivery chain, restaurant and hospitality, mental health care professionals, grocery employees, and artists of all types. And once we had those 10 professions, we went through and we found an individual who represents each profession. So then the second group, the student ensembles, we really wanted to make this totally inclusive and a total school-wide event and get involvement on every level. We focused on student groups and tried to get ensembles that we knew would not only be passionate about the project, but would also represent all instrumentations that the school has to offer. So we have everything from a percussion ensemble to a string quartet, from a mixed instrumentation collective to a vocal group, and even a jazz combo. Every ensemble, as we saw in the video, is paired with an individual hero to help form a relationship and get to know their story a little better, to learn more about them and allow that to influence the ensemble's involvement in the project. Then the question became, okay, do we just do a series of concerts? Is there a lasting effect from that? Is that enough? Or could we create something that would appeal to a wider audience and that would really get the heroes' stories out into the world further? So we brought on board a documentary team from here in Columbia, as we saw, to gather footage and shoot interviews to make short videos about each of our heroes. Now, every good video needs a good soundtrack, and that's where our composers come in. We sent out a call, and we ended up with a great group of School of Music student composers and alumni of the school. They'll each write a short piece to underscore this video, which will be recorded by the assigned ensemble. All of this, all these moving parts, culminate and combine into one amazing residency in late March. The concert truck will be here in town, all over Columbia and the greater Columbia area, and our student ensembles will all perform in a concert honoring their hero at their hero's location. Our hope is to obviously target their place of employment for the primary audience and to give them the thanks and really recognize the superhuman contributions that they've been making for the past 12 months. It hasn't really been an intuitive process, I'll say, but then again, nothing about our world right now seems to be intuitive. So it became less about what are we doing as a school this year and more about keeping at the center the message and the story and the impact of these heroes. And really, by allowing ourselves to get outside of the School of Music building and into the community, we opened up a world of new possibilities, a world of new ways to engage with music.
I'll close our presentation for the day, making sure to re-articulate our South Carolina collective commitment to invest in and practice the power of music to bring fulfillment and hope to our societal efforts to advance the observance of social justice and enhance the public good.